Let's go to CommSec. Tom Piotrowski joins us live for a look at the markets today. How are we looking today, Tom? What's the lead from overseas?
Well, Pete, the performance that we've seen from Northern Hemisphere stocks has been one of sellers getting the upper hand by a decent margin, actually. So what we've seen over the last couple of sessions is that bad news has actually been seen as bad news. Sometimes it's seen as a glass half full issue, but the markets have been concerned about moderating growth, the prospect of lower earnings and the like, and that has seen stocks sell off quite markedly. In the case of the S&P 500, just as an example, we've seen that index fall by around 3% from its peak to its trough over the course of the last couple of sessions. So to that end, it has fallen, but it's off its worst levels of the day, Pete. So the S&P 500, as we speak right now, is down by 1/3%. Was down by about 1% at its lowest ebb. So a little bit of a bounce. But having said all of that, the markets have had a pretty good start to the year. Over the course of the early part of this year, we've seen the S&P 500 rally by as much as 6%. The German DAX has been up by about 10%. So now the markets are having their feet put to the fire on these improvements as we start wading through the business end of the US reporting season. So to that end, we'll have Netflix reporting results after the market closed. European markets were weaker across the board. European central bank officials apparently discussed a more aggressive rate hike at their most recent meeting, 0.75%. They ended up raising rates by 0.5%, but nonetheless, the German DAX down by about 1.3%, the French market down almost 2%, and the FTSE down by about 1%. So amidst all of that, we will actually kick off apparently, according to the futures, with a small gain of 0.1%. So not a bad outcome under the circumstances. We're up by about 0.5% yesterday, shrugging off those softer employment figures that were a feature of yesterday's session.
Strong reporting, Tom. Strong. As always.
One does one's best, Pete.
Yeah. Chat soon.